DeFi referral programs can be one of the most cost-effective ways to acquire new users. But designing one is more complicated than deciding how much to pay for a referral. There are 5 separate decisions that need to work together: reward structure, reward type, vesting schedule, eligibility criteria, and measurement. If one of those is poorly designed, it can undermine the entire program. In this video, we'll break down how to design a DeFi referral program that rewards genuine users, limits Sybil farming, and gives you the data to measure whether the program is generating real growth. Referral programs are attractive because referred users can cost less to acquire and generate more value than users from paid channels. But DeFi introduces a major problem. A wallet costs nothing to create. So if your program pays for every referred wallet, you're not necessarily paying for a new user. You're paying for someone to create another address. That's why the goal shouldn't be maximizing referral counts. It should be acquiring wallets that use the product, stay active, and generate revenue. For example, GMX's program generated roughly $6.90 in revenue for every dollar of referral spend. At the same time, dual-sided programs generate 53% more referrals than single-sided equivalents and increase participation by 29%. But there's another side to this. Sybil activity can be significant. Nansen flagged nearly 40% of eligible addresses in Linea's 2025 airdrop as Sybil. So the design of the program matters just as much as the reward itself. So, what is a DeFi referral program? At its simplest, it lets an existing user bring a new wallet to the protocol. The referrer shares a unique link or code. The new user then completes a qualifying action such as a swap, deposit, or liquidity provision. Once that action is completed, the program distributes the reward. The important difference from traditional referral programs is wallet-based identity. Creating a wallet is free and takes very little time. That means a referral program that rewards wallet creation without additional verification can easily become a wallet farming program. The qualifying action therefore needs to represent genuine product engagement beyond a simple wallet connect. There are 3 foundations that separate a durable referral program from one that simply drains the rewards pool. First, create an incentive for both sides. When the referrer and referee both have a reason to complete the transaction, participation tends to be stronger than in a single-sided program. Second, build eligibility criteria into the program from the beginning. Wallet age, transaction history, attestations, and behavior-based triggers can help filter out low-quality wallets before rewards are distributed. And third, measure more than referral volume. Share rate and referral count tell you how many people entered the funnel. They don't tell you whether those wallets became valuable users. You need to measure qualified referrals, retention, and revenue generated by referred wallets. Most importantly, these decisions shouldn't be made independently. Reward structure, reward type, vesting, eligibility, and measurement all need to point toward the same outcome: real, retained protocol usage. So how do you put this into practice? There are 5 steps to launching a referral program. First, define the qualifying action. This should be a meaningful product action, such as a completed swap above a minimum volume, a first deposit, or a liquidity provision. Second, choose the reward structure based on your protocol's growth stage. Third, define eligibility criteria before the program goes live. For example, you might require a minimum wallet age, cross-chain transaction history, or a verifiable attestation. Fourth, configure vesting. Locking part of the reward for 30 to 90 days gives you another signal of whether the referred wallet remains active. And fifth, set up measurement before launch. Referral links should use consistent UTM parameters, and those referral parameters need to be connected to wallet activity. Otherwise, you'll have a referral program running without knowing which sources are generating valuable users. Let's look at 3 real-world examples. GMX uses a 2-sided tiered structure where progression depends on verified on-chain activity. The program has driven over $65 billion in referred trading volume, generating $11 million in protocol revenue from $1.6 million in rewards. Hyperliquid uses revenue sharing, so the referrer's income increases when referred traders continue generating trading fees. And Blast used an activity-gated model where additional invite codes unlocked only after a referred user deposited 5 ETH. Referrers earned 16% of points from direct invitees and 8% from second-degree invitees. These programs use very different mechanics, but they share one important principle. They connect the reward to actual user behavior rather than simply counting wallet registrations. This brings us to the biggest risk in DeFi referral programs, Sybil farming. A wallet costs nothing to create and takes less than a minute. One person can create hundreds of addresses and use them to route rewards back to themselves. That creates 4 problems. First, financial drain. Your rewards budget goes to farmers instead of genuine users. Second, false growth signals. Sybil wallets can make referral numbers and other acquisition metrics look healthy until you examine retention. Third, fairness problems. Genuine participants can see a small number of actors extracting a disproportionate amount of the rewards. And finally, reputation damage. Once a program becomes known for being easy to exploit, it can attract even more farmers. The aim isn't to eliminate every Sybil wallet. The aim is to make farming economically irrational. A strong approach combines multiple layers of protection. The first is behavior-based reward triggers. Instead of rewarding a single transaction, require sustained activity, such as maintaining liquidity for 30 days or reaching a certain swap volume over multiple weeks. The second is wallet quality scoring. Look at wallet age, cross-chain history, transaction behavior, and other verifiable signals. The guide highlights that 97.4% of confirmed Sybil wallets in the cited study had life cycles under 1 year, making wallet age a useful signal. The third layer is progressive reward unlocks. Instead of distributing the entire reward immediately, release it as the referred wallet reaches additional milestones. A wallet that completes one action and disappears is a very different signal from one that continues using the protocol over 30 or 60 days. Combining these layers makes it harder to profit from farming and easier to identify real users. There are 5 main referral structures to consider. The first is a flat, one-sided reward. This works best for established communities where users are likely to refer based on product quality, but it carries a medium farming risk. The second is a two-sided reward where both the referrer and referee benefit. It generates 29% more participation than one-sided programs. This is a strong option for growth stage protocols because both sides have a reason to complete the qualifying action. Third is a tiered program, which generates 27% more referrals than flat reward structures. Rewards increase as the referrer generates more qualified activity. This works particularly well for KOLs, affiliates, and high-volume referrers, although it can increase farming risk around tier thresholds. Fourth is revenue share. The referrer earns a percentage of the fees generated by referred users. This is particularly well suited to DEXS and Perpetuals platforms. And fifth is an activity-gated milestone structure. Rewards unlock progressively as the referred wallet reaches meaningful milestones. This has the lowest farming risk of the 5, but it can also reduce short-term participation because users need to do more before receiving the full reward. The structure determines how users earn. The reward type determines what kind of users you're likely to attract. Native tokens are relatively cheap to distribute, but they can attract users who claim and immediately sell. Stablecoins appeal more to users looking for predictable monetary value. And fee rebates have particularly strong alignment for fee-generating protocols because the referrer's earnings depend on the referred user's ongoing activity. Then there's vesting. If you distribute everything immediately, you maximize participation, but you also maximize the incentive to farm. Locking rewards for 30 to 90 days introduces another qualification layer. A wallet that stays active long enough to receive its locked reward provides a much stronger signal of real engagement than a wallet that disappears immediately after the first transaction. Once the program is live, the next question is measurement. There are 5 metrics I would prioritize. First, qualified referral rate. This tells you what percentage of referred wallets pass your eligibility criteria. Second, referral conversion rate. This measures how many referred wallets complete the qualifying action. Third, referral CAC. This tells you how much you're spending to acquire an activated referred wallet, and it becomes useful when you compare it against other acquisition channels. Fourth, 30-day retention. This is where you start seeing whether referrals are generating real users or short-term incentive participants. And fifth, revenue per referred wallet. This is one of the clearest ways to connect referral acquisition to actual protocol value. A referral program can have an impressive share rate and a huge number of referred wallets. If those wallets don't activate, retain, or generate revenue, the program isn't working the way the top line numbers suggest. The goal is to measure what happens after the referral. The main takeaway is simple. A referral program compounds when every decision points toward the same outcome: wallets that stay, transact, and generate fee revenue. GMX, Hyperliquid, and Blast use different referral structures, but they all connect their mechanics to verified user behavior. So when you're designing your own program, don't start with how much should we pay per referral. Start with what behavior are we trying to create? Then work backwards, define the qualifying action, choose the reward structure, build in eligibility and Sybil resistance, decide how rewards should vest, and set up attribution and measurement before launching. Because in DeFi, wallet count is easy to manufacture. Sustained on-chain activity is much harder, and that's the signal that matters. Formo connects the off-chain referral link with the on-chain qualifying action. It gives DeFi teams a way to connect referral attribution with actual wallet activity, so you can see which referrals are driving transactions, retention, and revenue. If you're building or optimizing a DeFi referral program, you can learn more at formo.so/demo.